Hi, I'm Leezá Steindorf. I'm an international leadership coach, a member of the Forbes Coaches Council, and I've helped thousands of individuals around the world to find ease and unlock power they didn't even know they had. And today I want to talk about something almost everyone struggles with, especially those who look like they've got it together: relaxation. Because if you've ever thought, I just can't switch off, or even when I stop, I keep running inside, you're not broken, you're just conditioned. And in this conversation, I'm going to show you why your nervous system doesn't trust rest and how you can finally reclaim your right to exhale and let go. And by the end, you'll walk away with 3 simple ways to stop trying to relax and start actually feeling free in your body, in your mind, and also in your life. All right, let's start with clarity and why relaxing feels so hard when it should just be the opposite, right? So here's the truth. Most people don't have a relaxation problem. They have a safety problem. Let me explain what I mean by that. We were actually raised in systems that taught us that our very worth was equal to what we achieve, what our output is. That if we're not producing, we're actually falling behind or we're not good enough. And so even when the body stops moving, the mind keeps spiraling and terrified that if we rest, if we don't keep going, that something's going to collapse. Does that maybe sound familiar? A little bit anyway. So relaxation isn't about, I mean, it's also nice, but it's not about soft music and scented candles. That's lovely to have, but that's not what we're talking about. It's actually about your nervous system believing that you are safe enough to let go. So most of us grew up in an invisible culture of hypervigilance, right? Families, workplace, even spiritual places, school, where doing and fixing and helping, that got us a ticket in. That helped us feel like we belonged. I know my family, both of my parents were teachers. My dad was a colonel in the Air Force. And it was like, you get it done. You keep going. You don't relax. You don't just be lazy and stop. Like that was the given in our family. So I also learned that to relax doesn't actually feel like rest. It actually feels risky if I just stop doing, right? Something's going to happen. Someone's going to get angry. I'm no longer going to be safe here or feel like I belong. So if any of that sounds familiar to you, I'm going to offer you a micro practice, something you can try right now. Okay, so if you just take a moment and just notice your shoulders, you don't have to do anything, just notice them. If they feel lifted up to towards your ears, if they feel tight, if you feel contracted, and then take one slow breath in and exhale very slowly through your mouth. And let the shoulders drop just a centimeter, just a little bit. You don't have to relax everything, just let your shoulders go. Just that one layer. And that's the beginning. That's how you can start to feel free, teaching your body that it doesn't have to be on guard in order to keep you safe, right? Because our bodies learn how to do what we're feeling emotionally. So if we're feeling like we're at risk or we're feeling like we have to get things done, our body tenses up. It's just what happens. I had somebody tell me once, can you drop your shoulders so they're not up at your ears? And I wasn't even aware of it, right? So that's one practice you can do is just take one breath in, release it slowly, and just let your shoulders go. All right, let's talk about ownership and how you've actually been trained to distrust stillness. Now, here's part of that may bother you a little bit. No one else can give you permission to relax. It and it sounds like kind of a weird thing, but we're actually waiting for that. You learn to equate stillness with laziness because that's what was modeled, right? If you just don't do anything, can you imagine sitting on the couch when people are preparing a meal or working or at the office, sitting on your chair and just watching people work and not doing something, right? And not that I'm encouraging you to do that, but what I'm saying is the stories we tell ourselves about that of not doing what that means, that's what keeps us away from actually letting go when it is time to relax and just be. So maybe you grew up with parents who never sat down, or you had leaders who rewarded you for working until you dropped or praised exhaustion, right? And so your nervous system learns that our bodies are carry the memory of our experiences. That still means I'm unsafe, and busy means I'm safe. So you can change that though. And ownership means taking back that control, that you sit in the driver's seat of your own experience, of your own state of being. And you can, but it's not useful to keep waiting for somebody else to tell you to slow down or to wait for life to slow down before you take a breath, because life's going to charge on. That's kind of the nature of life, right? So you deserve to take the time that you need to rest, right? So every time you say, "Oh, I'll rest when this project is done," or "Once things calm down, I'll take a breath," you're postponing that piece, and it keeps getting pushed out further and further indefinitely. There's no end to that one day, right? So try this practice to reframe. When you catch yourself thinking, "I can't relax yet. I can't." Just add one word. "I can't relax now. I can't relax now." And then you can ask, what would make it even 2% safer to relax right now? Maybe to take a slow walk to the restroom in the office. Maybe to take a warm shower before I make dinners tonight, whatever. Maybe it's turning off one light, setting down your telephone, unclenching your jaw. It could be small things. It doesn't have to be big things. So small things that tell your nervous system, this is a safe space. You can just let go and relax. Take this moment for yourself. We're safe. We're safe enough for this moment. That's ownership. It's reclaiming your agency over your own pace, your own rhythm, instead of outsourcing it and letting chaos out there determine how fast you go. All right, let's talk about now resolution in regard to relaxing and letting go. And there are 3 shifts that actually can rewire your relationship with rest. And we're going to get real practical, okay? 3 grounded ways to stop forcing relaxation and really start allowing it. And I know these words sound, or I'm imagining they sound so pat. I don't mean that. Like, I've walked this, and I do walk these practices. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sharing them, right? So when you take a moment and you listen to what I'm sharing and try it out and see how it works. Okay, so the first one, stop trying to earn rest. You don't need to finish everything on your list to deserve peace, because you know what? There's going to be another thing on your list. So peace isn't a reward. It's actually the fuel, right? When you have that peace and that relaxation, that ease within yourself, that generates then action. So give yourself permission to start the day calm, not just end it that way. All right, second one is replace relax with release. I said this earlier. When you tell yourself to relax, your brain hears a different command, right? Because we've learned you can't just sit there, you can't do nothing. So when you say release, your body responds differently. It actually lets go instead of trying harder. So the next time that your mind says relax, say softly, release. It's a subtle change, but it actually changes a lot. All right, the third one is to anchor rest in movement. That may sound contradictory, but if stillness makes you anxious, don't start there. Go for a slow walk, as I said earlier, right? Even if it's inside a building. Stretch your body really gently, or let your breath guide your pace. Take a breath. Movement's actually a bridge between the chaos out there and feeling calm inside. You can use your physical body as a tool to slow down and to calm. And eventually, that physical stillness will stop feeling like an enemy. It'll actually be something you feel at home in and you look for. So here's your mini exercise. Try this out tonight. Before you go to bed, place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly and just whisper, "It's safe to feel still." Just try that out. Nothing more than that. And even if you don't believe it yet, say it until your body starts to feel it. Oh, it's safe to be still. Yeah? Okay. let's talk about excellence and what it really feels like to feel free. And here's the secret. Relaxation is not a state that you achieve and have to work for. It's actually a relationship that you can repair, you can bring back to wholeness. That state of being is your natural state, but we've been taught or trained away from it. So when you stop battling your nervous system and making it go faster or farther than it's actually wanting to or capable of or feels healthy and nurturing, start listening to it. And then you discover a deeper kind of freedom. It's it's a sense of freedom that does not depend on circumstances. It actually gives you the sovereignty to act from a place of power and ease within yourself. And that's excellence when you're coming from your highest and your best. So excellence is not about control or productivity. It's actually about being congruent, living aligned with what's real for you in that moment. And you can generate that, you can groom that and practice that. Yeah? So when you can sit in your own quiet without feeling wrong for it, then you've reclaimed something that maybe you lost over the years or that our fast-paced society wanted to talk you out of. That inner inner peace, that calm, that space, that's your birthright. It's not a luxury that you get at some point if you work hard. It's actually a natural part of who you are. So you don't have to relax perfectly. You just have to stop fighting your own calm. And everybody's different. I'm not saying that you have to be lethargic, but you have that sense of calm in yourself. And excellence is tuning into that highest and best in yourself and then coming from that place in the world. All right. So if this has hit home for you at all, take a breath right now and let it all go, even for a second. And tell me in the comments how that lands with you. What part of you struggles most to rest? Maybe it's your mind or your body or your heart. And I'd love to hear your experiences. And if this helped you, subscribe, share it with someone that you know who maybe is also running fast or running on empty. Because the more that each one of us learns to stop fighting for that calm and really living from that place of calm, the more peaceful actually our entire environment is going to be, our internal, our community, and our world. Thank you. Be well.